minutes to present your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I will share screen. Okay. Uh, okay. Sorry, Mr. Yoga. Can I have the revision of my title?
Oh, okay.
It's an errata, yeah, okay.
Yes. Yes, I do apologize that I have mistyped my title. It should be a case study instead of a study case. That's my revision for the title.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Accept it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Now let me start my presentation. Good afternoon. The head of board examiner, Ms. Fridolini, the examiner, Mr. Bambang Krisnadi, and the advisor, Mr. Riyada Pratama. Thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for his blessings. Today, on February 17th, I, Anjar Prawesti, would like to present my term paper, an analysis of paraphrasing strategies, a case study of 5th semester diploma students of English Language and Culture Department of Darma Persada University. And let's start with the background of the problem. To produce a well-written academic research paper is reliant on the skill of paraphrasing to demonstrate the essence of what the writers have read. Based on the pre-research questionnaire result, 71% of the students know how to paraphrase. 82% of them know the function of paraphrasing. 82% rarely do paraphrasing and find problems applying it while producing the paper, and 82% of them argue that paraphrasing is an important skill in writing. And based on that background, I identified 3 problems in the research. Therefore, I composed a formulation of the problem, namely, what are the barriers to paraphrasing the 5th semester diploma students of English Language and Culture Department of Darma Persada University encounter? How to overcome those barriers to paraphrasing? What types of paraphrasing strategies do the students generally apply in paraphrasing? And in the framework of the theories, there are 2 significant points of this research: paraphrasing strategies and the barriers to paraphrasing, which will indicate the students' writing skills in paraphrasing. And this research presents mixed method research, which involves quantitative and qualitative data collection. The design used in this research is explanatory sequential mixed methods. And the 5th semester diploma students of the English Language and Culture Department of Darma Persada University are approached to be the respondents or the research object. And the instruments used in this research are a questionnaire to collect the quantitative data by using Likert scale and SPSS, and a writing test to collect the qualitative data by conducting an FGD and applying paraphrasing strategies as data collection techniques. And then 2 formulas are applied by calculating the percentage from the Likert scale result and calculating the mean and the standard deviation values as a quantitative data analysis technique. And for a qualitative data analysis technique, I approached the taxonomy of paraphrase types by Keck and paraphrasing strategies by Jackie Petrick. And then in quantitative data analysis, the number of the mean values indicate the majority option from the students. Therefore, as we can see in the table, using the students' own words and changing text or sentence structure tend to be the most paraphrasing strategies applied by the students. In the sections, barrier and incompetency section, finding the appropriate vocabulary and using their own words have been the students' barriers to paraphrasing. And as the solution to overcome these barriers, the students choose to have more comprehensive learning about paraphrasing skills and hope the lecturers can teach paraphrasing strategies to create good paraphrasing. In qualitative data analysis, 54% of the students have applied minimal revision type of paraphrasing in their writing task, and they generally use synonyms as their paraphrasing strategies, in which has reached the highest occurrence frequency in the paraphrased version. In line with the aforementioned design of the research method, here are the analysis results of quantitative and qualitative data analysis. The majority of the students try to use their own words while paraphrasing the writing task, which results minimal revision as the most paraphrasing type applied. It indicates that the students try to avoid using the same words or sentences from the source, but the students do not succeed in using their own words as the paraphrasing strategy because of lack of vocabulary. And using synonyms is more practical to apply. The analysis result shows that they have less knowledge of paraphrasing strategies. It means that the majority of the students do not know how to create a good paraphrasing. These are the conclusion of this research. The majority of the students have difficulties in paraphrasing, and the barriers are a lack of vocabulary and using their own words. The students argue that comprehensive learning about paraphrasing skills and lecturers or educators teach strategies of paraphrasing can overcome those barriers, and using synonyms has become the most common strategy of paraphrasing. And my suggestion for future research, it should be organized by implementing new methods to investigate an effective way to to learn the strategies of paraphrasing by minimizing the barriers to paraphrasing. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Anjar. Could you please turn off your screensaver, your presentation? Okay, thank you. Yeah, the first questions will be coming from your first examiner, Pak Bambang. I hope your connection is okay, so you may not leave the Zoom like yesterday, okay, Pak?
Hopefully, Bu.
Okay, you have your time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Bu Frido. And Anjar, first of all, of course, I would like to appreciate you and to congratulate for, I mean, you're reaching this moment finally. You know, I know, I've read your paper, and it's like total is like 100 pages. You've got like almost 100 pages, including the attachment. Well, actually, you've got like almost 40 pages for your attachment. But still, this is, it shows that, you know, it's a laborious kinds of term paper or research. I mean, for the undergraduate student, I would consider this is I mean, it's amazing. And also, you know, not all the undergraduate students have to do a research or a term paper. You know, out there, you know, overseas students, the undergraduate students, they don't really do any term paper. And you, I think, judging from your term paper, it could be something like a thesis.
I do appreciate for the compliment, sir.
Especially when it comes to, of course, the quantitative approach, like using the SPSS and everything. You know, the statistical kinds of thing, of course, is so exhausting. But also when it comes to the qualitative approach, when you are using you are assigning students to write a paraphrase. I mean, you actually did the marking and analyzing the students' writings. And you it's a kind of like a teachers and lecturers kind of thing, you know. So you know how it feels to, you know, to check all the writings. I think it's not easy also to check. I mean, checking students' writing. Yeah, I mean the lecturers and students, lecturers and teachers of writing, they've got so many things, you know. Right. So of course, my appreciation also, you know, I'm really I feel like an honor for me to be here, I'm not going to test you. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'm not going to test you. I'm not going to
Okay.
examine
I
you.
should
But I mean,
I
at
should
this
say
time,
that.
no, I'm honest. You know, I'm honest. I mean, not, it's okay. I mean, for me, I'm not that kind of lecturer who's doing much research and everything. I'm not really familiar with all these statistical, but qualitative approach. I think I might be a little bit more familiar. But the as far as the statistical kinds of things, to be honest, you know, I'm not that person to be examining you. Anyway, this is the time for me to learn from you. I mean, this is my personal. This is my personal.
Okay.
This is Mr. Bambang's personal, statement. I'm going to use this time to learn from you, right? So please be, willing to tell me more, you know, because I'm going to learn from you. Are you willing to do
Okay.
that?
I hope I can give
All right, okay.
what you
I
expect.
like to be in a situation where we are, you know, freely express our mind. You know, there is what do you call it? The situation should be comfortable for us to share some knowledge. You know, yes, I'm a lecturer. You are this time a student, but anyway, we can always try to share some experiences. You know, right? Let's start from your title. It's an analysis of the students' writing skills. You know, first of all, I think I'm really curious. Uh, writing skill is one of the four skills in language skills. You know, I'm just curious. What made you decide to choose? I mean,
Oh.
to pick up writing skill instead of
Mhm.
other language skills, and also it's specifically on paraphrasing, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I mean, I'm just curious.
Yes.
Could you explain on me on that?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the question, sir. So, actually, I have casual reason
Yeah.
why
Okay.
why I chose this
Okay.
topic
So
as my
interesting to hear that.
research. Yes, because I have a friend that he ever one time he wanted to take IELTS
Ah,
test.
okay. IELTS.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and yes, he hired a teacher to guide to give to teach him how to get the high score of IELTS. And the teacher said that we have to we have to strengthen our writing skill for the IELTS. It's the it's like the biggest point of the test. That's my casual reason. So I
But
think and
I think
and
IELTS doesn't, it consists of all the skills, right? I mean, you've got listening, you've got
yes,
speaking.
I
I
know,
think speaking is, to me, I think speaking is
I
the
know.
most challenging
Yes,
part. I mean,
yes,
IELTS, they got the
mhm,
speaking part, right? At the end.
yes, yes,
And the speakers are
mm,
not the Indonesian speakers. You're gonna
yes,
interact with
yes,
native speakers.
yes,
I think that's the
yes.
most challenging part.
Mhm.
I mean, in
Yes.
addition to
Well,
writing.
actually, paraphrasing is not only for writing skill. It's also for the
Okay.
speaking. Yes.
Speaking,
For the
right.
yes
I
for
see.
speaking for reading. It's what is it? It's very wide. So many skills that can involve the paraphrasing
Oh,
when you have to convey something while having conversation, probably you have to understand what you're going to say to that people to other person. So you have to find a way to how would I say my point of view so that they can understand what I say. Then you can use that paraphrasing. But in this case, in my research, why I choose the writing skills for the academic reason, it's very important. It's very
exactly.
essential.
And no
Yes,
question on that. I mean,
yes, it's
I know
very
that.
essential because we, as the college students,
Exactly. Yeah.
finally, in the end of our study, we have to produce our academic research papers. So paraphrasing is very important skill.
Exactly. I
Yes, that's why I specifically choose
Yeah,
the
yeah.
writing skills for the
I think
question.
I would agree on that, because paraphrasing is like I would consider it's like one of the most challenging parts
Yes,
in writing skills.
yes,
It has something to do with the most what do you call phenomenon, like how to avoid not to plagiarize, not to copy
yes,
from someone else without any right,
yes,
with a due
yes.
citing or citations, right? I mean, in of
That's
course in
correct.
academic writing is I
Yes,
mean, it's a mandatory. As you wrote in your abstract, it's a mandatory. Okay,
yes.
yeah, I think it's quite. Yeah, I think paraphrasing is. Also, I'm really you know curious to know, like your respondents. It's like a study case of the fifth semester diploma students. Okay, this is your respondents, right? I mean,
Yes.
I write in your paper. You mentioned that there were only like 20 respondents,
20 students.
right?
Yes.
20
20
students. Okay,
students. Yes.
and okay. Well, I don't know. As I've told you, I'm not really into that. Statistical kind of thing. But I think there is something which call it like like a sampling kind of thing. There are some techniques I mean, there are some sampling techniques. I mean, just to make sure, because after doing the research, we're gonna come up with the conclusions, and findings are there, and that is why we need to make sure that somehow or other we might want to generalize the conclusions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think we need to be very careful in doing this sampling, because we want to make sure that
Mhm.
I mean, uh, did you give any considerations on this kind of like sampling techniques until you decided to to choose this group
Okay.
of okay.
Okay. Well, actually, uh, the fifth semester diploma students, they consist of 20 students. That's the whole.
The whole
Yes.
one, okay.
Yes.
I got it. I got it.
That's
Okay,
all.
okay,
So I didn't do the sampling
okay,
for the respondents. So that's the whole fifth
okay,
semester
and,
diploma students.
okay. All right.
Yeah, for doing the questionnaire.
So
Yes.
meaning that it is that the whole respondent of the fifth semester. I mean, in the diploma students, at the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Okay. So okay. Now another thing is, because it's a writing skill. You told me that because it is quite, it's very fundamental when it comes to academic writing, and I think students have to write like a final term paper, like what you have done so far.
Yes.
And I think those students who might be really in need of uh, you know this paraphrasing kind of thing, those students who are gonna write a term paper, I think it's supposed to be undergraduate students of instead of a diploma. What do you think? I don't
Oh.
know.
Okay. Well, why I chose diploma students as my respondents, because uh, we never know where they're going after graduating. They can go
Okay,
to work
all right.
afterwards, or they're going to continue their education to get the bachelor degree. So I think it's also important for them to know the
Sure,
purpose.
sure. No, no question on that.
Yes. Yes.
I mean is that, say for example, like your one of your first findings, saying that most of the students have problems in paraphrasing.
Yes.
Is that what you
Yes.
said? Okay, so
Yes.
most of students have problems in paraphrasing. I mean, so this
Yes.
must be, uh, I mean, perceived that this phenomenon is for those 20 students, right?
Yes. Yes. So I conducted a pre-research questionnaire in advance.
And it is not only for
So,
the diploma?
no, for the diploma
Oh, okay, all
students.
right. Okay.
Yes, I conducted a pre-research questionnaire, and I found out that sorry, I found out that they know the basic knowledge of paraphrasing. I mean, they know the meaning of paraphrasing, but they didn't know the strategies. So I tried to discover what the barriers they encounter. So that's the background of my
No,
research.
my point is this actually, uh, well, if you say that most of the students get problems in paraphrasing, of course, for sure, you might want to say, yes, these are the 20 students, I mean, from the semester fifth in diploma, I mean, okay? But, and there, I think there, will they have to do any term paper at the end of their
Oh,
study?
no.
No, right? Diploma.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So that's
No.
my point because I think, well, in other words, I would assume, I would assume, well, why didn't you do this to the undergraduate students? I mean, the bachelor degree students in our department.
Oh, okay.
Because for that, I
Well,
think,
yes.
I think, well, of course, we might want to say that majority of the students have problems. Maybe to this extent, I think you might want to say maybe this also apply to the students of the undergrad. So because do you agree with me? I mean,
Well, because I haven't finished my study as what is it? I haven't obtained my
oh,
bachelor degree, so I cannot.
okay. You cannot
Yes,
research
I
it to yourself.
cannot have the bachelor students as my respondents.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Come
Yes.
again because you haven't finished. I mean, because you haven't finished the
Yes,
study. So
I haven't graduated, right?
so you may not make them as a respondents.
Sorry.
Because you haven't graduated, so does it mean you may not make the undergraduate students as your respondents?
Yes,
Oh,
because it's kind of a what is it? A similar level actually.
oh, maybe you might want to do like juniors from that, like a semester 2, 3, 4, perhaps. I mean, this is
I,
just.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I mean, as I've told you, I'm just curious. Please allow me for that. And I don't have any. It's just. I was just wondering. If there is somebody doing the research for the undergraduate student, they will. We would like have at least the conclusion which is based on the research. I think at this time maybe we might want to say that. Uh, Maybe these also apply to the undergrad students, so which is maybe because I don't have any research done on that yet. Anyway, right. Okay, so okay, well, 20 students, I'm done with that, and yeah, okay, I think. Can you please open page 13, 1, 3 on the page 1, 3. So it's
Page. Sorry, sir.
1, 3, 1, 3.
1, 3.
Yeah, 13.
13. Okay.
Right in paragraph in the second paragraph, as cited in Masnia. Okay, I mean you're explaining one of your major theories
Yes.
you're going to use as your tools of analysis,
Yes.
which is the categories of paraphrasings. I mean the paraphrasing strategies
Yes.
categories. I mean, okay.
Yes.
You mentioned from your elaboration there that there are three types or three strategies. Three types or three what? Oh, three types.
Actually, nine.
Ah,
Nine strategy.
But here you wrote three.
Oh, the category. Yes.
Yeah, three types of
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
in
Yes.
paragraph 2,
Yes.
the masnia,
Yeah.
the masnia's
I.
paper, right?
Yes.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What I want to know is, in this paragraph, did you do a paraphrase? As far as the types is concerned, I mean the three types.
Okay.
Did you do the paraphrase or okay? Can you
Okay.
say something on that?
So,
I mean, as far as the terms, like semantic paraphrase, and you got like syntactic. Is it syntactic?
syntactic.
Yeah, syntactic paraphrase.
Yes.
I mean, the terms. Did you did you do some kinds of paraphrase, or did you get from the Masnia's paper?
So, in paraphrasing, actually, there's technical words. So
Okay.
we cannot change the technical words because that's the key points of the sentences.
All right.
So yes, so I didn't change or substitute the that words
Okay.
for the semantic, for the syntactic, because it's very technical.
Exactly, I agree with that. But actually, what my question is that actually for the third type, because in grammar, I think I don't know if you still remember in grammatical, that there is when we writing a sentence, there is what we call as a parallelism, right? It should be parallel. Like for example, like the terms, the first type is semantic paraphrase. And then the second one is syntactic paraphrase. Actually, in your sentence over there, okay, can you read after the semantic paraphrase?
After semantic.
Can you read it out?
Okay. Semantic paraphrase by changing words order or parts of speech, and changing structure or organization of ideas.
Okay, so I mean, of course, you're the one who knows you won't have any problem with that because you know that the third one here, changing structure, is the third type, right? But
Yes.
as far as I mean the wording over there, like the first type is syntactic paraphrase by changing this and that, right? The second one is semantic paraphrase by changing this and that. So as a reader, I mean, as a common people, a lay person, those who are not really familiar with all these terms, after reading like semantic paraphrase by changing words order or parts of speech and changing, I thought you're still talking about the semantic.
Well, that's why I put the semicolon.
I know,
here.
I know.
Yes.
There is a semicolon over there. Okay. Okay. Yes, there's semicolons over there. But
Yes.
my question is here. Actually, have you managed to get access to the papers written by Masnia itself?
Sorry?
Did you manage to have an access to the papers, Masnia's paper?
Yeah.
Did you get the whole paper? I mean, the complete
Yes.
paper? Oh,
Yes.
I mean, of course, in your bibliography, in your reference, you wrote there the link,
Yes,
right?
it's my previous
well,
related
actually,
studies, yes.
because I'm really curious to know. I did click on the link, and I don't know, maybe I'm just, but it seems I can access that. It says that it is.
really?
It is not secure link, meaning that this is in the repository, right? I mean, that's in
Yes.
campus repository. I mean, not anyone can have access to that because I
okay.
think as far as I know, you maybe you need to have like a password or username, something like that. I don't know.
No. Actually, I just can download it directly.
I see.
Yes.
Great. Wonderful.
I didn't have any password, or I didn't have to.
And
use any-
you did use the same link?
Yes.
and it is from the repository, right? I mean, in the link there is a repository, and then dot. I'm still remember the name. Repository dot. Is it win? Is it win? Right? Andalas. Sorry, something like that.
Sorry. Let me check my references.
Yeah.
Yes. University UIN Alauddin.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yes.
Win Alauddin. Yeah, I think I did check that because I'm really curious. I really want to know because it to me I think to me I think an expert like Jackie how to pronounce the name Jackie Pitrick or what? Are you familiar
Jackie
with?
Pitrick. Yes, Jackie Pitrick.
And do you know is it she or he?
She.
Oh, okay, great. I mean, I was also curious because I
It's a
browsed
she.
it on the internet and oh, who's this Jackie Patrick? Then okay,
Yes.
so it's like because Jackie sounds like a
I know.
like a man's name. Okay, okay. So I think I'm really interested in this. I'm going to learn a lot on this. I think I would be very thankful if you would give me the complete PDF files from the Masnia's paper so that I can read over there.
Very well. I will.
All right, okay. And
Yes.
also, did you manage to get? I mean, it's difficult, of course. The Jackie Patrick exact book where Masnia cited. What is the Jackie Patrick's book that cited by Masnia when she Masnia is she, right? When she
Yeah. Yes.
shares the three types of the paraphrasing strategies.
Well, actually,
Okay.
I didn't get the original version of
Oh,
the
you have
Jackie
the
Pitrick.
okay. That's very
Yes,
interesting.
I only find from several
Okay.
research. Yes, previous
Nice.
studies.
All right. I need
Okay.
that. I need that
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Okay. And the next question is that did you really see these three types terms in Jackie Patrick's book? I mean, like semantic paraphrase and then syntactic paraphrase and then changing things like that. Changing changing structure of ideas. Did you really see these three types coined or terms like the three terms?
Almost almost the researchers that I found from their studies who use the Jackie Pitrick strategies. It's what is it? It's like
It's all like semantic
yes,
paraphrase
yeah, yeah,
syntax
the word
change.
is exactly like that. Yes.
Let me so the first one is syntactic paraphrase. The second
So
type
I
is semantic.
lost your signal.
Oh my god.
Uh,
How about now? Is it okay?
Oh yeah, okay,
Oh,
it's fine.
sorry
Yeah.
for that. Okay, it happens sometimes, but I hope outside it's a little bit of drizzling outside there, but I hope that it can be okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, the point when I'm asking you this, of course, the first time is because I'm really curious and I wanted to learn from you and I want to get all these books and everything references. I want to learn by myself because I also need to read that. I have to understand and also because your topics on paraphrase, I just want to make sure whether these three terms like a semantic paraphrase, syntactic paraphrase, and then after that, very interestingly,
Yes.
changing structures of the ideas.
Yes.
So it's like oh come on!
I know.
It comes to
Yes.
me because
Yes.
an expert in writing like Jackie Patrick would be. I think I would assume that she would kind of come up with another third term, which is let's say for example. Syntactic paraphrase, semantic paraphrase, and then let's say after that structural paraphrase maybe or whatever, structure paraphrase or whatever, just
Yes, I got your
you know
point.
what I mean.
Yes, I get your point.
Mas
Yes,
Bambang, waktunya hampir habis ya.
Okay, Bu. Right. Okay. And another one. I'm gonna just not to forget. Okay. Let me just go to your conclusion. There is one or two notes I'm gonna talk to you after this. But can you go to the conclusion just very fast? Page
Yes.
52. I think this is I think this is something which is
Yes.
you need to pay attention to. Okay.
Yes.
In the last sentence of the second paragraph, can you read that?
The last sentence
Of the second paragraph,
of the
page
second paragraph.
52.
Okay. Another objection of this research is to identify the
Okay.
paraphrasing strategies
Hold
used
on.
by the respondents in general.
Okay, so is it another objection? Are you sure on that?
Another objection of this research to identify the paraphrasing strategies. Wait.
The word objection? Oh, come on. Do you have any objection on your own?
No.
I mean, just diction.
I
Okay.
mean,
Objective.
it's correlating for I mean the what's it the formulation of the problem.
No. I'm not talking about that. Everything is just great. Nothing wrong. I'm talking about the use of the word objection, because objection is like like disagreement, right? Objection. Maybe what you mean is objective. Is that the objective of the research, right? You're talking about the objective of the research, right?
Oh, I think objective or
Yeah, because objective
yes,
has
objective.
it's totally another word
Yes.
with objection. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
I mistyped that.
No problem on
Thank
that.
you. Yes,
and
thank you for the
also on the
correction.
next page, 53, very fast. I'm gonna done with this. Okay. Your topic is very interesting. I'm gonna. Okay. On the referring to the analysis paragraph, did you get it? I mean the before the last paragraph.
Yes.
Okay, in the last two sentences you mentioned over there, two methods have been approached to investigate the strategies applied by the students. So you mentioned two methods.
Yes.
Are you referring to the mixed method, the qualitative or and the
No.
No, okay.
No.
All right.
Two methods. As I mentioned in chapter 3, I
Okay.
used for the qualitative data techniques, data collection.
Okay.
So, yes, I use the taxonomy of paraphrase types by
Okay.
text and the paraphrasing strategies by Jackie Petrie. That's the two methods I know. Yes.
Sorry. Hold on. Just to, I mean, so you're mentioning two, right? Two methods.
Yes.
So the first one.
The taxonomy of paraphrase types by
Okay.
text.
And the second one.
The paraphrasing strategies by the Jackie Petrie.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm thinking I'm quite confused. Okay. All right. I think. Okay. Bu, is it over the time?
No, pa. It's time is up, I guess. Do you still have more to say?
I mean, just a very.
To conclude your questions.
I can. Okay, I'm done with that. Then. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.